Hi, welcome to Dive into the Divine, the Yin Yoga based practice. For today's practice, I would suggest a bolster. You can always use a few pillows or a couple blankets rolled up. So we'll begin straight away in a supportive hero's position. You'll take your feet out nice and wide. Bring your bolster underneath your hips. And then rest the pelvis down on your bolster or blanket. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Bring the hands to rest one on top of the other. Begin to connect with your breath. In our yin-based practice, we move slowly, intentionally. Observing the qualities and the details of our energy, of our physiology, and our psychology. We become aware of our state of being. So settling into a natural breath, softening the gaze or closing the eyes. Just allowing the next few moments to be those of stillness and silence. In Yin, we move slowly through the transitions, paying attention to the pressure changes, the sensational fluctuations as we make our way from one shape to the next. You'll come out of this first supported hero's pose, bringing the bolster out from underneath you, coming down onto the left or right hip. You'll drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left skull and dangle your left arm nice and long. And for me, it always helps to close my eyes or soften my gaze. It's a way to bring the attention inward. Observe how long it takes you to settle in on a natural breath. You release the right hand down and then bring the left arm up in a half mermaid shape. The targeted area moves to the left side body, bringing some length to the waistband. And notice if the reach of the arm has changed the sensations around the neck. If you're creating more tension than is necessary, lower that left hand down. And settle back on a natural breath. Now, as gravity works to pull any tension, any fatigue out of the body, you may notice you can go deeper. Allow the body to soften in for 10 cycles of breath. And paying attention to the release as you bring the spine back up to midline. You'll bring the left shin in front. Take the right leg up and over for fire log. You can always bring the the right shin in front of the left if this is too much for the outer thighs and this deep hip rotation. Bringing a twist into this fire log, you're going to turn towards your left hand side. A gentle twist, maybe a hinging forward, a dropping down of the sit bones, a softening in with the face, and a settling of the breath. Each time we come to our mat, we show up a little differently in mind, body, spirit. And the practice is accepting ourselves as we are, with whatever is showing up. As the body starts to feel more comfortable, you may notice you can come to a deeper depth. It's not a straining to get to that deeper depth. It's an invitation as the body begins to release. Then you'll bring your arms up. You'll untwist your spine. Take that top leg extended out. The bottom leg extended out. Draw the heels close in towards the seat. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Take the left hand to the outside of your right cheek, right temple region. And softly settle back into your breath. Heavy down through the right arm. You may notice the residual effects, the rebound of the previous postures throughout different areas of the body. There might be a lightness, a dullness, an ache. Just observe those fluctuations. Bringing the left hand down, the right arm up for mermaid. The side body lean over to the left. So the pelvis is anchored nice and heavy down to the earth. As the torso drapes to the left, gravity begins to open up the right side body, giving space for the lungs to fully expand, for the massage of the heart in between the two lungs. As you take breath in and let breath go. And very slowly make your way out of that shape, bringing your spine back up to neutral. Bringing those legs around for fire log. Left leg on top, right leg on the bottom. You'll turn over to your right hand side for a slight rotation. And then if you'd like, hinge to the side and settle where you feel moderate intensity. Noting any change, any adaptation the body is making. Notice how you meet that change and adaptation with your breath. And then you'll make your way out of that shape. Extend both legs out, give them a swishing from side to side. Come into a tabletop position. Dragon pose with the bolster. Take your time to set yourself up here. You're going to step the right leg forward. Lower the pelvis down. Now the bolster's available to rest the forearms onto. You can always come down to the earth. You don't need a bolster. If the space is available, maybe the chest, the belly, rest on the bolster. And see if you can't divide sensation evenly between the outer right hip and the opening and length that's happening across the left hip flexor psoas. A nice pull of tissues. Diagonally opposing one another. Unclench the teeth. Close the eyes. Notice the light behind the eyelids. You'll slowly make your way out. Bringing that top leg around. I like to reach it long. Do what feels right in your body. Step the left leg forward for dragon's pose. Bring the torso down. Maybe rested on the bolster or your blanket, or you're propped up on your arms or forearms. Wherever you are, settle in with the breath. And observe the opposing pull of the tissues, the pull of distraction, and set an intention to bring your focus back. With the pulling in of the breath, and the releasing of any stress. And then slowly begin to make your way out. Extend the front leg back. Do what you need to do to bring some length to that leg. And then you'll come on to your seat. The bolster is up against your pelvis. You'll lay yourself back onto your bolster and bring the soles of the feet to touch in Supta Baddha Konasana. I like to bring my arms above the head or out to the side. If that's too much pull on the shoulders, creating more stress and compression through the back of the arms, then bring the hands closer towards the hips. Now the front body is exposed up towards the ceiling. The back body is releasing into the earth. So we're opening towards the sky, towards heaven, and grounding ourselves with the surface of the earth. Inhale. Retain your breath. Hold your breath. Exhale. Hold and retain your breath. Inhale. Pause. Hold. Exhale. Pause. Hold. Inhale. Pause. Hold. Exhale. Pause and hold. Further slowing down the process. Keeping with that slight retention of the pause and hold. Letting it go and falling back into your natural rhythm. You'll bring the arms down wherever they are. Come out of the supported back bend. You'll turn your bolster vertical, come back onto your back. We're moving into supported bridge. Press into the feet, lift the hips up, bring the bolster underneath your pelvis. Bring the hips low enough so when the legs straighten, there's equal load between the upper body and the lower body. And straighten out through the legs. Bring your arms out to the side or above the head. You can even take them right behind the skull. And we free up the load, the effort that the hips endure on a moment-to-moment basis when we stand, when we sit. All of those soft and dense tissues get saturated with the fresh inflow of blood and nutrients. Now you can stay right here, or bring the right leg up. And you're going to tuck the left toes underneath you. I'm going to grab from my left foot, scoot myself forward, and tuck my left toes behind me. And then heavy down through the left shin. Most likely the bolster has come to support the low back. Allow the low back to wrap around the bolster. But whatever shape you're taking, observe the sensations you're experiencing. You remove the left leg and the toes. Straighten through that left leg if you'd like to find some release from the knee joint, from the ankle, from the top of the foot. And the right toes are going to curl under. Left leg can straighten or remain bent, or keep both legs extended out. With the pelvis higher than the heart, the organs that reside within the pelvis get a chance to fall towards your ribs, allowing some more space in the hip area, a nice displacement of your organs. A nice massage into that area with the natural intake of breath and release of breath. You remove the right foot, extend it out, come back into that supportive bridge, slide your bolster out from underneath the hips, bring the spine all the way down onto the mat. Draw the knees in, sway the hips from side to side, then extend the legs up for legs up the wall. If this feels okay, move into plow. The hips are going to come up and over, the legs come back behind. And the heaviness of the legs brings a nice compression to the belly. Be easeful with yourself here as you compress the front side of the body and open up a little deeper through the back side. You're going to slowly release your spine down, giving yourself some support as you do so. Twisted root, the right thigh over the left. Come onto your left side body. Twist the legs over to the left as you gaze to the right. And just observe the fluctuations of pressure, of sensation, of lightness, of heaviness. Mm. Remain in twisted root or come into cat's pulling its tail. You'll unwind through your legs or just bring the right thigh free, bringing the right hand to the left foot. And then you'll draw the left kneecap behind you. Maybe the right hand softens as you take a hold of the left foot. And the left hand is resting on the right thigh. Release the foot from the hand. Bring both knees to stack and then draw the knees back up to midline. Take the left leg up and around, twisted root over to the right. Settle back into your natural breath. You'll unwind the top leg. Bring the right foot behind you. Take a hold of it with your left hand for cat, pulling its tail. Settle back into your shape. And release a little deeper with the breath. You release the foot from the hands. Bring both knees up to stack. Come back to your midline. Take the hands underneath the hips. Draw the elbows towards one another for fish pose. Extend the legs out. Come to the crown of the head or keep the back of the skull rested on the mat. Release the jaw. Open up through the throat and the vocal cords, through your heart space, solar plexus. While remaining grounded through your pelvis, through your root chakra. Bring your chin in, the back of the head down. Take your arms out. Wiggle the pelvis, wiggle the arms, wiggle the legs. Taking a breath and a sigh it on the way out. Settle into the moment. Receptive and attentive on what it has to offer. I'll leave you in this place of peace and rest, with light, love, gratitude, and grace. Namaste.